Hey guys, this is Giridhar here. I'm gonna compare two of the hottest devices in the market right now, and they are in the budget segment, and I'm gonna let you know my thoughts about this device and which one do I prefer. So the device which I have here is the Lenovo A6000 and the Redmi 2. So the Lenovo A6000 is available for Rs 6,999, and so is the Redmi 2, which is going to be available for the same price, and they are both available in Flipkart and they are both available in flash sales model. So you would be able to pick up the Redmi 2 every Tuesdays at 2 p.m. while the Lenovo A6000 is available every Thursdays at 2 p.m. So that being said, let me go ahead and talk a little more about these devices. So if you see the size, these devices are pretty much the same size, but the Lenovo A6000 is slightly bigger than the Redmi 2 here. So it's got a 5-inch display, whereas the Redmi 2 has got a 4.7-inch display. And on the weighing factor, the Lenovo A6000 is weighing around 128 grams, and on the heavier side, the Redmi 2 weighs around 133 grams, and they are both thin form factor. While the Redmi 2 is thinner than the Redmi 1S, it is slightly thicker than the A6000. The A6000 is just 8.2 mm thick. And design wise, both these mobiles are not head turners. So we have budget devices here, and their design is also not very quite generic and not something out of the box. And they both feel slightly premium, but they are made out of plastic, and the plastic used in both these devices are pretty much comparable. And I would slightly give better points to the Redmi 2, because the Redmi 2, the back panel feels sturdier. So let me get it out. Okay, it feels sturdier than what we have in the Lenovo A6000. So as of now, the design wise, you have the volume rocker buttons at pretty much the same sides in both these devices, but you have metal finish in the Redmi 2, while we have a plastic finish, which is again black and kind of seamlessly melts into the design of this device. And the camera is both 8 megapixel at the back, and at the front also you have the 2 megapixel cameras. But the front camera in the Redmi 2 is wider and much better produces quality images compared to Lenovo A6000. So let me show that to you here. Okay, I'm going to open the camera app and switch to the front camera. And again, switching to the front camera here. You can see that the Redmi 2 covers more area than what it is covered by the Lenovo A6000. So you can accommodate more people there. Okay, and the camera quality is really comparable in both these devices. So let me open up the gallery and show you a few images which I shot in both these devices under similar lighting conditions. Well, even just before seeing the image, if you see the outer edges, the display, you can see that the black is really black in the Redmi 2, while the black is gray in the Lenovo A6000, which means that there is a slight offset in the white balance settings there, and that's why the white balance looks kind of cold here, and the white balance looks right and warm in the Redmi 2. And with respect to details in the images, I would say that the Lenovo A6000 produces much finer details compared to the Redmi 2, and that again could be the reason of the brightness settings on this screen. So if I go ahead and set my brightness to auto mode, you can again see that they are both almost similar, but again the details is coming out really well in the Lenovo A6000, and the color reproduction is much vivid in Lenovo A6000, and you have a little more natural color in the Redmi 2, and focusing was a charm with Redmi 2. So it focuses very fast and accurately, while I struggle a bit with the Lenovo A6000's focusing capabilities. So I've spoken about the camera. So apart from this, if you see the plain specs of this device, both have very similar specs. They are both powered by a quad-core 1.2 GHz Snapdragon 410 processor, and they both have the Adreno 306 graphics processing unit, and they both again have 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of memory, of which 4.5 GB is available to the user in both these devices. But this camera in the Redmi 2 is slightly has a slight advantage over the Lenovo A6000, just because it is able to record 1080p videos with the primary camera, and while we're just able to record 720p videos with the Lenovo A6000. And what else we got here? We got the battery. The battery is 2200 mAh in the Redmi 2, while the battery is 2200 mAh in the Lenovo A6000. But for my daily usage, both these devices worked out pretty much the same. So they both lasted for a day, a little over a day. And with respect to UI speed, the Lenovo A6000 was faster than the Redmi 2, and mainly because the Redmi 2 is running on a MIUI version 6, which is more UI oriented and has a lot of tricks up its sleeve, and that's the reason, because it's got more features, it's kind of sluggish. But if you see Lenovo A6000, it isn't got much features. It is, the feature wise, it is close to stock Android, and just the UI changes here and there, and you can see that it's much faster and much more responsive than what we have with the Redmi 2. And benchmark scores were also pretty much close to each other, so there's nothing much to compare there. They're all both the same devices, and one major deciding factor is the UI. I am in love with MIUI. MIUI has got a lot of tricks up its sleeve, and it's got loads of features which I have to put in Lenovo A6000 using an external app or download something from the Play Store. But you would get loads of these features and lots of customization options with the Redmi 2. If you see just the theme screen here, Lenovo A6000 just has two themes, and there is no option to download more themes. And the number of themes that is in Redmi 2 is endless, and the customization is endless. You can customize anything from your icons, your fonts, or up to your boot animation. So that's something which we all love about MIUI 6. So again, point scores to Redmi 2. And the final verdict is, I would really prefer the Redmi 2 over Lenovo A6000, and primarily because of the UI there. Then. So that's my verdict. I would prefer the Redmi 2 over Lenovo A6000. They are both being priced in the same range, and only deciding factor would be the service availability. Lenovo has got an extensive network of service centers, while Redmi 2 is yet to expand beyond the 33 service centers which is got nationwide. So that's it from my end. Thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think about these devices, and leave your comments, and like my video if you like, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to have more of my updates frequently. So this is Girdhar signing off. Thanks for watching the video again.